You finally lie down. The room is quiet. Your phone is away. But your mind isn't. Why did I say that? What if they misunderstood me? What if something goes wrong? You replay conversations that ended hours ago. You imagine futures that haven't happened. And even though you know you're overthinking, you can't seem to stop. Because overthinking isn't always about thinking too much. Sometimes, it's your brain trying to feel safe. Your mind keeps asking, what do I need to figure out before I can finally relax? And that question can keep you awake for hours. Imagine sending someone an important message and getting no reply. 5 minutes pass, then 10. Your brain starts searching. Maybe they're busy. Maybe they're upset. Maybe I said too much. Suddenly, you're analyzing punctuation, timing, tone, as if the answer is hidden inside a tiny detail. But your brain isn't necessarily trying to torture you. It's trying to predict what happens next. Because uncertainty feels unsafe. So the mind creates possibilities. If I can predict the problem, maybe I can prevent it. If I find a mistake, maybe I can fix it. For a moment, this feels productive. But that's where the trap begins. Thinking can create the feeling of control without giving you actual control. You don't usually tell yourself, I'm going to overthink this for 2 hours. You tell yourself, I just need to figure this out. And that's why overthinking is so convincing. It disguises itself as problem solving. But there's a difference. Problem solving moves toward an answer. Overthinking moves in circles. You replay the conversation, rewrite the sentence, imagine another response, then another. You create 10 possible futures, and emotionally experience all 10. The mind mistakes repetition for progress. But thinking about the same uncertainty again and again doesn't necessarily make you more prepared. It simply teaches your brain, this thought must be important. There's another reason overthinking is so difficult to break. Sometimes, the thinking itself gives you relief. You're worried someone is angry with you. So you analyze their message. You search for evidence. And eventually you think, maybe everything is okay. For a moment, you feel better. And your brain learns something. Thinking made me feel safe. So the next time uncertainty appears, you think again. The cycle becomes uncertainty, anxiety, analysis, relief, and then more uncertainty. Eventually, stopping can even feel irresponsible. As if I stop thinking about this, something might go wrong. So you keep checking, keep analyzing, keep preparing. Not because you enjoy it, but because your brain has learned to confuse thinking with protection. But underneath all of this, there's often a deeper question. What if I can't handle what happens? What if they leave? What if I fail? What if I choose wrong? What if people judge me? Your mind tries to solve tomorrow before tomorrow arrives. But life doesn't work that way. You can prepare. You can make good decisions. But you cannot think your way into a life without uncertainty. And maybe that's what your mind needs to learn. You don't need certainty to feel safe. You need confidence that you can handle uncertainty. So, the next time your mind starts spiraling, don't immediately tell yourself to stop thinking. Ask one question. Is there something I can actually do right now? If there is, do it. Send the message, make the plan, have the conversation. But if there isn't, recognize what is happening. You're not solving a problem, you're rehearsing uncertainty. And you don't have to live through the same future 100 times before it actually happens. You don't need to think less. You need to stop believing every thought deserves your attention. Because the future doesn't need to be solved tonight. Sometimes, peace begins when you accept that you don't know. and trust that you'll handle it when you do. If you found this helpful, like, share, and subscribe for more. Share your thoughts in the comments.